It's thinking.
It looks like it's live.
Oh,
On
not.
my-
I don't think it's quite like.
Oh, uh-oh. Is it just me now? Where did she go?
Okay. All right. Having a little trouble today, apparently pressing buttons. But I'm Dr. Julie Gilbert, and I'm joined with Rachel Matthews. Hi, Rachel.
Hey,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yes. And also, we have a guest, Juliet Cushing, and she is a student that is working with me. So, welcome, Juliet.
Thank you very much.
And Rachel, you're back.
I'm back.
Yeah, welcome back. We missed
Thank
you.
It's been a while.
Yeah, tell us some highlights.
Oh my gosh. Well, in the course of 2 weeks, we were in North Star, California, Pinedale, Wyoming, Jackson, Wyoming, the Grand Tetons, Yellowstone,
Wow.
Big Sky, Montana, Glacier, Whitefish, and then
You must have been like,
we're just real good with our 2 weeks is actually quite a long time, and we did so much outdoor hiking and running and biking and exploring. So it was really fun. It was really fun.
Yeah, was it you and your husband?
The first week was with some family and our son was with us. The second week was just us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, I'm so good. It sounds like it was a fabulous time and
So good.
really health, promoting time, all that outdoor activity and being with people you love and seeing beautiful things in nature.
Very
kind of taking all that nature in.
Yes, I got a little like beauty fatigued. I was like, okay, I can't handle this anymore. Like see something ugly to like cleanse my palate, because it was like, like when you need ginger, to like, I needed a palate cleanser because things were too beautiful. I was overwhelmed. I was like, whatever. Another big giant vista, big deal. Whatever.
It can get overwhelming, right?
Yeah, it was very overwhelming.
Yeah. Overstimulating.
Yeah. Yeah. But I have pictures now that I can go back and look at them and appreciate.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you're back and joining in on our discussion. And we're moving through. I did move through a couple of chapters in Eat, Move, Sleep, and we're on chapter 13.
Okay.
And so this was an interesting chapter. Have my own little take on things.
Yeah.
But, so jump right in, Rachel. Tell us what his first tip is.
So his first tip is the first part of the chapter is called "The Butter is Healthier Than the Bread."
Mm-hmm.
And his takeaway tip is, when you are offered complimentary bread with a meal, ask for a healthy alternative or simply pass.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good. That's good.
It is.
Yeah. That's a good suggestion.
Right. It is, because most of the time, bread, for example, in a restaurant or a chip or whatever, it's just, there's no nutrient benefit. It's going to be stripped, nutritionally void and stripped of fiber. And and bleached and then sprinkled coloring back in, even the wheat bread,
Yeah.
So I think his point is that a lot of that bread out there really has no nutritional value. We used to call them empty calories, but I think they're beyond empty. There might be doing some harm, right?
Yes, agreed. It's not just empty calories. And those types of breads, those types of it's a highly processed food. It's a very
Right.
highly processed food.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's setting us up to just crave more, right? We can't get enough. It hits just all those palate sensors to where we want to eat more. And it's not satisfying. Those breads from restaurants and things like that, they're not satisfying. They don't fill us up. They don't, like you said, give us any nutrients. So we're left wanting more.
Right. Exactly. That's so true. So, here, I'm going to push this button. And then his point about butter, I will say that butter from a cow that ate grass, it's not all saturated fat, probably 48% of it's saturated, but there are other healthy fats in there. There's some monounsaturated fat. There's polyunsaturated. There's omega-3 in there. There's MCT. There's medium chain triglycerides. So there is, some benefit of butter, as long as we keep our portion controlled.
Yeah.
And actually, butter, when you put it on vegetables, can help you absorb some of the nutrients, the fat-soluble vitamin D, E, A, and K, which also is in the butter, vitamin K too, by the way. But it can help absorb nutrients. So I get his point, butter is better than the bread. But in the same vein, we really want to be careful about the fats that we add that are separate from the foods that we eat. Butter, oil, even extra virgin olive oil, which I think has a lot of health benefit, maybe even more than butter. We can overuse, right?
We can overuse. And that's one of the things that I try to be really careful with in my own walk with any of those added fats, like you said, whether it's a healthier added fat or not. What it does is it for me, it frequently makes me want to eat more.
Yeah.
It's changed the flavor profile. So now suddenly, you put a bunch of butter on a potato, and we're going to talk about potatoes in a minute. I can eat a giant potato the size of my head, right? If there's no butter on my potato, I'm going to eat a bite or two.
Yeah.
It's not something I'm going to binge out on.
Right. So here's the caveat. Yeah. So I totally agree. So just like you don't want added sugar, maybe we don't want added fat, right? So we want to get fat in its whole food form: avocado, nuts, seeds.
Yes.
Love it. And when you use butter, don't put it on your bread. Put it on your vegetable, and maybe you'll eat more vegetable.
That's right. So in the restaurant, he says, ask for a different alternative. Instead of the side of bread, will you bring me a side of vegetables? Will you bring me something else? Or just hold the bread. Don't bring it to the table at all.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Awesome. Very good. Anything you'd like to jump in? Any thoughts that you're inspired?
Okay. I'm just happily listening and absorbing.
Okay. Awesome. All right. What's our next?
All right. Second point he makes. Yes. He titles this section, "Don't Eat Your Meat and Potatoes."
Yeah.
And his tip is, and I like his tip, I think his tip probably speaks a little bit more to the heart of it.
Yeah.
Eliminate one type of red or specifically processed meat, right? Processed meat from your diet for good.
Right.
Bacon,
For good.
hot dogs, sausages. These are highly processed meats.
Yeah. Even the chicken breasts or the turkey that you buy at the deli. I mean,
the deli
usually
meat.
they're smushed or they're ground up and smushed in this form and injected with salt and other things and water, and then they slice, and it's this round thing that's what'd you call it? Or did you say the deli meat?
Deli meat.
Yeah. Now there are some whole roasted forms that probably could pass a reasonable test, but most of that stuff, highly processed.
Yeah. So he says, don't eat your meat or your potatoes. What do you think about potatoes?
Yeah. Well, I think the same point. can be followed here. You know, if it's not as processed, obviously we have to do some processing. We have to pick it. We have to wash it. You know, we have to cut it up. You know, so there's some same with meat. So so if you're eating, you know, sustainable, grass-fed, free-range, wild, one story. Same thing with a potato.
Yeah.
If you're eating that organic potato, by the way, the potatoes you eat should be organic because you don't want it to grow in. First of all, you don't want your potato to grow in sterile soil.
Yeah.
Right. That doesn't have that rich microbiome, you know, that's been kind of antibiotic, glyphosated away. But anyway, organic. You want to eat that in its wholest form, right? And not processed, not, you know, deep fried, French fried.
Again, it takes it from, you know, like the minimally processed, like you said. Yes, we wash, we pick, we cut, we peel, we do. There's minimally processed, and then there's when we turn it into a French fry. Or, you know, anything we do to a potato, especially like, well, first of all, just growing it to the size of your face.
Right.
That's not a normal potato, right? These tiny Japanese sweet potatoes, right? They're tiny little guys, right? These are the more appropriate, reasonable size. They're full of flavor. And remember that anything you add or do to the potato, being careful that, is this making me just want to eat more?
Right.
Because a potato is got a lot of nutrition, maybe over, you know, it's a starchy vegetable. It's not really that we want to be eating an abundance of.
Right. Yeah, that's so good. That's such a good point, that when we overly process food, or, you know, to oil and salt, that really stimulates our appetite and drives overconsumption. And so if we want to feel full and satisfied, we want to eat the foods in their most, you know, the minimally processed form. Yeah, that's so good.
And a potato is considered one of the, it's got the highest satiety level. It's considered one of the most satisfying foods. But again, it can become a binge food.
Right.
When you add that salt, oil, sugar, and man, you can't stop. Whether it's a French fry, it's a hash brown.
Potato bar. I think of the potato bar.
Right.
That's
my gosh.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, good. What's next?
Okay, final point he makes, which we've talked about this in so many ways, and I love that we're still talking about it because it's just so important.
Yeah.
Sleeping. He says, be cold in bed. So keep your bedroom 2 to 4 degrees cooler at night and see if it helps you fall asleep and stay asleep.
It's so true.
It's just true. Yeah.
And you know, you could, if you haven't tried it, you might as well do your N of 1 experiment. Yeah. What do you have to lose? Yeah. So I love crawling into a cold bed. That's my favorite thing.
Oh my gosh. It is when it's cool and crispy in there, or cooler than the outside air, you know. Right now it's kind of hard to do that, but I know I'm in for a good night's sleep. And so he really does speak to that. You know, maybe you can have a thermostat just in your room, or a small portable air conditioning just for your room to chill it down, because it is hard to keep an entire house cool.
Right. Yeah. We're not talking about cranking up the AC.
No.
Right.
And you know, fans can cool you off. Taking a warm bath before bed can actually that cooling.
Right.
Very
good. And there are actually cooling sheets and actually there's cooling mattresses. I mean, there's a little money investment there, but there's lots of different ways to cool it down. But the simplest form is, you know, open that window if, you know, well, during most of the year, right?
Yes.
Even it does cool down overnight.
It does. I mean, my gosh, last night, you know, our air conditioning is broken. I think he told you that. We still haven't fixed it yet. So we're doing the game of like, open all the windows, close all the windows.
Right.
You know, and it was hot yesterday. It was very hot. But right around 8 o'clock, I opened every window in the house. We have like 6 fans going in all the different rooms, whatever. I woke up like kind of shivering. It cooled so much, which is wonderful. You know, got to pull the blankets up. but my house cooled down to well below 65 degrees last night, which is
Yeah.
great. That was, so it is right now, for the most part, most days in Oregon, cooling down, cool enough at night to where you can get it cooled off in your room.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Very good. Very good. Well, these are great talking points.
Mm.
And yeah, I think we would do well to kind of see what maybe would fit. One thing. What
Yeah.
one thing could you do to make your lifestyle just a little bit healthier?
Yeah.
Just a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
Choose one small step.
Mhm.
Commit to it today, right?
Yeah.
Commit to trying one small step.
Yes. Yeah. So for me, it's going to be that I make the salad dressing whole, real, all the things. So it's really going to be watch the amount of extra virgin olive oil that I use. Yeah. That's what I'm going to think about.
Yeah.
So on that note, what is for dinner? Actually, I can talk about what's for lunch because I just made it with this in mind. I need a little protein, and so I hard boiled some eggs. And I wanted to do an egg salad, but I didn't add mayonnaise. I added actually a little yogurt.
Ooh.
I don't know. And then I chopped up some by the way, I like Wallabies, because it's grass fed, and then you could do low fat if you want. But and then what else? I put in I did some mustard, but I put in some the brine of the fermented pickle. I put some pickles in there.
Ooh, yum.
Fermented pickles. But I think to add a little bit more, so that I'm not piling on all the egg, I could put some hemp seed in there or sunflower seeds or things like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So I didn't add more fat,
an
oil or a mayonnaise, but I could add more fat in its natural form with some hemp or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Changing it. I love that.
And I'm going to put that over this big old bowl of greens.
Yes.
Yeah. And cabbage and, all that. Yeah.
That kind of that base salad.
My base salad. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome.
How about you? What's on the?
Well, we've been eating our way through the pantry and the fridge since we got home on Monday. So we need to go grocery shopping. So I don't know what's for dinner.
Okay.
Husband's going to go grocery shopping, and I'm sure we're going to be loaded. So my first thought is it's been a couple of days since I've had a salad, and I'm really craving my big giant base salad. So my guess is when he gets back, I'm going to pull everything out, right? And do my big giant prep, which I love. I love the chopping. It's therapeutic. I listen to some music, and it's beautiful and colorful, and it smells amazing. And then I'm just going to, just have a giant salad.
Nice.
That sounds so good.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right. That's so great. So glad that you had a beautiful time and hopefully feel restored, rejuvenated, ready to get back, jump in there. Yeah.
Yes, very much.
Yeah. Very good. Well, thanks for your time today, and everybody.
Have a great day, everybody.
Next right thing. Okay. Bye-bye.
See you next time.